Have you ever stopped to consider how the quiet, fleeting whispers of your inner voice could shape not only your mood, but also the very trajectory of your life? It may seem trivial at first glance, just thoughts, just words. Yet, within those seemingly insignificant moments of self-talk lies a profound power that ancient philosophers like the Stoics understood and harnessed to lead lives of virtue, clarity, and resilience. In Stoic philosophy, the mind is not merely a passive observer of the world, but an active agent capable of transforming external hardships into internal strength. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's most renowned practitioners, reminded himself daily that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. The Stoics believe that by mastering how we speak to ourselves, we can not only endure life's inevitable hardships, but also shape our experience of the world in a deliberate and empowering way. Now, imagine the possibilities. What if you could train your mind to respond to adversity calmly, setbacks with resolve, and challenges with the certainty that you can overcome them? This isn't just idealistic thinking. It's a practical approach deeply rooted in ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience. By engaging in mindful self-talk, we are not merely thinking positively. We are rewiring our brain's neural pathways and cultivating a mindset that fosters resilience, clarity, and personal growth. In today's exploration, we'll dive into how this seemingly simple practice, changing how we converse with ourselves, can alter the narrative of your day and the course of your life. Whether you view life through a philosophy or seek actionable methods for personal transformation, the Stoic approach to self-talk offers timeless wisdom and tangible benefits. Stay with us as we uncover how the Stoics used self-directed speech not to escape reality, but to face it with courage and grace. Let's begin this journey toward inner mastery, where each thought becomes a step toward greater fulfillment and self-command. The words we tell ourselves are not merely reflections of our state of mind. They are the architects of the lives we build. 1. Understanding the essence of Stoic self-talk, the dialogue that shapes reality. At first glance, the idea that our internal dialogue can shape our perception of reality might seem far-fetched. After all, aren't external events beyond our control, unaffected by our thoughts? Yet, Stoicism challenges this notion. The Stoics teach us that while we may not control what happens to us, we hold absolute power over how we interpret and respond to those events. It is not the storm that determines whether we sink or sail, but the sailor's skill navigating it, and in life, that sailor is your mind, guided by the words you speak to yourself. Modern neuroscience affirms what the Stoics understood centuries ago. Our thoughts are not inert. Every thought sparks neural activity, creating pathways in the brain. When specific thought patterns are repeated consistently, they become ingrained, forming well-worn mental roads that dictate how we react to the world. If those thoughts are negative, self-doubt, fear, or defeat, they pave a path toward anxiety and despair. Conversely, positive and constructive self-talk can build new roads toward confidence, calm, and resilience. This is where Stoic self-talk becomes transformative. It's not about superficial optimism or denying the reality of hardship. It's about reframing your experience in a way that empowers you. When faced with a setback, the untrained mind might resort to defeatist thoughts. I always fail, or this is beyond me. However, a Stoic-trained mind sees a different perspective. This is difficult, but I've faced challenges before and grown stronger because of them. With every positive reframing, you are not just offering yourself comfort. You are actively reshaping your brain, training it to default to courage and clarity rather than fear and frustration. This practice aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle that it is not external events, but our judgment of them that causes suffering. We regain command over our emotions and reactions by monitoring and adjusting our inner dialogue. Imagine yourself in a difficult conversation with a colleague. Your initial response might be to feel threatened or criticized, leading to defensiveness. But by employing Stoic self-talk, you can shift the narrative. This feedback is an opportunity to improve, not an attack on my character. This shift not only helps you maintain composure, but also fosters personal growth. When practiced consistently, this mindful dialogue becomes more than just a coping mechanism, a way of life. You begin to notice how your thoughts influence your reality. You start to see obstacles not as threats, but as teachers. And as you refine your inner dialogue, you cultivate the virtues the Stoics prized most: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. In essence, the Stoic practice of self-talk offers us a powerful tool, the ability to craft a reality where we are not victims of circumstance, but active creators of meaning and growth. Every word you whisper to yourself, and every thought you allow to take root reinforces weakness or builds strength. The choice, as the Stoics remind us, is always ours. 2. Practical application of Stoic self-talk, from theory to daily practice. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its practicality. Unlike abstract philosophies that exist solely in the realm of thought, Stoicism offers actionable principles that can be applied to daily life. And one of its most potent tools is mindful self-talk. The ancient Stoics did not merely ponder life's challenges. They developed methods to navigate and resolve them gracefully. Among these methods, self-directed speech is a practice that transforms theory into habit, emotion into reason, and adversity into opportunity. To apply Stoic self-talk effectively, the first step is awareness. Pay attention to the words you speak to yourself throughout the day. Are they laced with harsh criticism, fear, or doubt? If so, you are reinforcing mental patterns that lead to anxiety and low self-confidence. The Stoic approach is not to ignore mistakes or weaknesses, but to frame them constructively. Instead of saying, "I always fail," a Stoic might say, "I didn't succeed this time, but what can I learn from this experience?" This subtle yet powerful shift transforms a moment of defeat into a moment of reflection and growth. Equally important is consistency. Neuroscience reveals that repeated thought patterns carve pathways in the brain. When you challenge and replace a negative thought with a constructive one, you reinforce a new, healthier pathway. Over time, as water shapes stone, these repeated affirmations reshape your mental landscape, making positive thinking a natural default rather than an effortful exercise. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasize that progress in philosophy comes not from occasional insight but from daily practice. To cultivate a resilient mindset, you must practice mindful self-talk with the same discipline an athlete applies to physical training. Moreover, Stoic self-talk is deeply rooted in the idea of rational detachment. The Stoics teach that we must separate what we can control from what we cannot. When you face a stressful situation, remind yourself, "This event is outside my control, but my reaction to it is within my power." This statement anchors your mind, preventing it from spiraling into fear or frustration. It redirects your energy toward constructive action rather than emotional turmoil. Incorporating this practice into your daily life requires intention. Begin each morning by setting a mental framework for the day. Remind yourself of the Stoic virtues you wish to embody: courage, wisdom, and temperance. Throughout the day, whenever you encounter challenges, pause and engage in deliberate self-talk. In the evening, reflect on your experiences. Did you respond to difficulties in a way that aligned with your values? If not, what can you improve tomorrow? This process of daily reflection, inspired by Marcus Aurelius' meditations, helps solidify self-talk as a tool for personal development rather than a fleeting exercise. Ultimately, the goal is not to sugarcoat reality or deny hardship, but to train your mind to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Through practical application, Stoic self-talk becomes more than just words. It becomes a philosophy in action. Each time you choose a thought that empowers rather than weakens, you take a step toward mastery of self. And with each step, you move closer to becoming the person you strive to be, resilient, composed, and in harmony with life's ever-changing nature. 3. Visualization, cultivating clarity and emotional balance through the Stoic lens. The Stoics understood something profound about the mind. It does not merely respond to reality, it anticipates it. In Stoic practice, visualization is not about indulging in fantasies or daydreams, but about preparing the mind for life's inevitable trials. They called it premeditation malorum, the premeditation of evils, a deliberate mental exercise of envisioning potential difficulties so that it does not catch you off guard when adversity strikes. When paired with mindful self-talk, this practice helps cultivate clarity and emotional balance, empowering you to face life calmly and with composure. In modern terms, visualization is more than a psychological trick. It is a neuroscience-backed tool. When you vividly imagine yourself responding to a situation with strength and wisdom, your brain activates neural circuits similar to those engaged during actual experiences. Consistent visualization can prime your mind to act decisively and rationally in real-life scenarios. A Stoic does not visualize success merely to boost confidence, but to mentally rehearse acting according to their values, even in the face of uncertainty or hardship. For instance, picture a challenging conversation with a difficult colleague. Without preparation, your emotions might dictate your reaction, leading to defensiveness or frustration. But by visualizing the scenario beforehand, seeing yourself listening calmly, responding thoughtfully, and maintaining your composure, you train your mind to react with reason rather than impulse. The Stoics believe that mastery of self begins with mastery of thought, and visualization is a powerful tool in this pursuit. Beyond mere mental rehearsal, Stoic visualization also involves aligning your emotions with the desired outcome. This is not about suppressing emotion, but about guiding it. Imagine facing a moment of doubt. Your instinct might be fear or hesitation. Through deliberate visualization, you can evoke the confidence you wish to embody in that moment. By repeatedly practicing this emotional alignment, you create a mental framework where courage becomes the natural response to fear and calm becomes the antidote to chaos. Furthermore, Stoic visualization extends beyond personal ambition. It is about preparing for life as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius often visualized the day ahead, including potential difficulties, not to dwell on negativity, but to cultivate readiness. He reminded himself that encountering difficult people or unforeseen challenges was a given, not an exception. By doing so, he strengthened his ability to remain unshaken by external events. This practice encourages us to embrace a clear-eyed view of reality, enabling us to engage with life proactively rather than reactively. Incorporating visualization into your daily routine does not require grand rituals. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each morning to envision yourself approaching the day with Stoic virtues, resilient in the face of difficulty, calm in the face of provocation, and wise in moments of decision. In the evening, reflect on the day's events and mentally rehearse how you might improve your responses tomorrow. Over time, this practice fosters a mindset rooted in clarity, composure, and confidence, guiding your actions and emotions in alignment with your highest values. Ultimately, Stoic visualization is about more than preparing for adversity. It is about training the mind to see opportunity in challenge and strength in struggle. It empowers you to approach life's uncertainties not with fear but with resolve, knowing that while external events may be beyond your control, your inner world remains your domain. This clarity of mind, paired with emotional alignment, transforms visualization from a simple mental exercise into a daily practice of inner mastery, leading you toward a life of greater fulfillment, wisdom, and peace. 4. Building resilience through Stoic self-talk, strengthening the inner fortress. Resilience, the ability to endure life's trials without being broken by them, is a central tenet of Stoic philosophy. However, resilience is not simply a natural trait, but a skill that can be cultivated through deliberate practice. The Stoics believe that how we speak to ourselves in moments of difficulty can either weaken us or strengthen us. Every word you choose internally becomes a brick in the foundation of your inner fortress, fortifying or destabilizing it. Through mindful self-talk, we can construct a mental framework supporting resilience in life's inevitable hardships. When faced with setbacks, most people fall into defeatist thinking, telling themselves, "I can't handle this," or "This is too much for me." Such internal dialogue reinforces helplessness, making challenges seem insurmountable. The Stoic approach, however, encourages us to replace these disempowering thoughts with affirmations rooted in strength and rationality. Instead of thinking, "I can't endure this," a Stoic might remind themselves, "I have faced hardships before, and I grew because of them." This shift in self-talk changes your emotional response and activates your brain's problem-solving areas, prompting constructive action rather than passive despair. Resilience is not about denying the difficulty of a situation. It's about reframing it. The Stoics teach that every obstacle is an opportunity to practice virtue, patience, courage, or wisdom. This perspective transforms hardship from something to be feared into something to be used. For example, suppose you're navigating a personal crisis instead of seeing it as an overwhelming force beyond your control. In that case, you can frame it as a chance to develop greater inner strength. Through self-directed speech, you remind yourself, "This moment tests me, but I am capable of enduring it and emerging stronger." Equally important in the Stoic framework of resilience is consistency. Resilience is not built overnight. It is forged through repeated practice. Just as physical strength is developed through regular exercise, mental resilience is cultivated by consistently choosing empowering thoughts over self-defeating ones. The Stoics were keenly aware of the human tendency to waver in moments of trial, so they emphasized the importance of preparation. By regularly reflecting and practicing positive self-talk daily, you condition your mind to respond calmly and clearly, even in unexpected storms. Furthermore, resilience through Stoic self-talk extends beyond the individual. The Stoics understood that no person exists in isolation. We are part of a greater whole. Therefore, speaking positively not only to yourself, but also to others creates an environment of mutual support. When you encourage others with words of strength and wisdom, you reinforce those same principles within yourself. In this way, Stoic resilience is a personal and communal practice that fosters inner stability while contributing to the well-being of those around you. To integrate this practice into your life, consciously observe your self-talk during challenging moments. When spiraling into negative thoughts, pause and deliberately reframe your internal dialogue. This might initially feel unnatural, but it will become a natural habit with time and consistency. Over time, this practice transforms how you handle individual challenges and perceive life as a whole. Instead of seeing life as unpredictable hardships, you begin to view it as a training ground for virtue and strength. In essence, Stoic self-talk is not just about feeling better at the moment. It is about building lasting resilience, the inner strength that allows you to remain unshaken in the face of life's uncertainties. You take control of your narrative by choosing words that empower rather than weaken. Each difficulty becomes a stepping stone toward growth, and every word becomes a tool for constructing a calm, courageous mind capable of weathering any storm. 5. Cultivating gratitude and acceptance, the Stoic path to inner peace. Gratitude and acceptance are two pillars of Stoic philosophy that, when practiced together, cultivate profound inner peace. Focusing on what's lacking or beyond our control is easy in a world of uncertainty and adversity. The Stoics, however, invite us to shift our perspective, to be grateful for what we have, and to accept what we cannot change. This approach isn't about passive resignation. It's about empowering ourselves by anchoring our minds in what is real and within our grasp. Gratitude, in the Stoic sense, goes far deeper than simply appreciating the good moments. It involves recognizing the inherent value in both blessings and challenges. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius often reflected on what he was grateful for, including complex situations, because they provided opportunities to practice virtue. This mindset transforms hardship from something to be feared into something to be embraced as part of life's natural rhythm. For instance, when faced with a setback, instead of lamenting the misfortune, a Stoic might think, "This is an opportunity to strengthen my patience and resilience." In this way, gratitude becomes a tool for growth rather than a fleeting feeling tied to external circumstances. Acceptance, closely intertwined with gratitude, is a practice of freeing oneself from unnecessary suffering. The Stoics distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and what lies beyond it, such as external events and the actions of others. By focusing only on what we can influence and accepting the rest, we liberate ourselves from the burden of futile worry. Imagine facing an outcome you did not desire, a failed project, a lost opportunity, or an unforeseen difficulty. Instead of resisting reality, the Stoic approach would acknowledge the situation and ask, "What can I do now to move forward?" This acceptance is not about giving up. It's about redirecting your energy toward productive action rather than being trapped in frustration or denial. Together, gratitude and acceptance form a powerful duo. Gratitude grounds us in the present, reminding us of the abundance in our lives, while acceptance frees us from the chains of what we cannot change. Practiced consistently, they create a mental state of tranquility, a calm, unshakable center that remains steady amid life's ups and downs. This tranquility doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement. It means you pursue your goals without being ruled by fear or discontent. To integrate these practices into your daily life, consider starting each day with a moment of reflection. List a few things you are grateful for, such as the apparent blessings and the challenges that have helped shape your character. During difficult moments, pause and ask yourself, "Is this within my control?" If it is, take thoughtful action. If not, practice letting go. Over time, these small, consistent efforts will reshape your mindset, fostering a life of contentment, clarity, and resilience. The Stoic practice of gratitude and acceptance teaches us a crucial lesson. Peace is not found in the absence of difficulty, but in our responses. By embracing life as it is, with all its unpredictability, we find ourselves not at the mercy of fate, but in harmony with it. In this harmony, we discover a sense of inner peace that no external event can shake. A peace born from understanding, self-mastery, and the quiet strength that comes from living according to reason and virtue. 6. Building new habits through consistency. The Stoic discipline of daily practice. The Stoics believe that true transformation is not achieved through sporadic bursts of effort, but through consistent, deliberate practice. Building new habits, whether in thought, action, or emotion, requires discipline, patience, and persistence. Just as a sculptor gradually shapes a block of marble into a statue through countless precise movements, we must also shape our character through daily, repeated actions aligned with our values. In the Stoic view, consistency is not merely a matter of willpower, but a conscious commitment to personal growth. Epictetus taught that philosophy is not something to be studied in isolation, but something to be lived, day by day, through small, consistent choices. The process may feel slow, even tedious at times, but it is in this repetition that real change takes root. Imagine attempting to cultivate more extraordinary patience. It's not enough to remind yourself to be patient in a stressful moment. You must repeatedly practice patience in every encounter that tests your composure. Each instance becomes a tiny victory, reinforcing the neural pathways that foster this virtue. Consistency also fosters resilience by preparing us for inevitable challenges. Life is unpredictable, and moments will arise when maintaining your new habits feels particularly difficult, when fatigue, frustration, or external pressures tempt you to abandon your path. The Stoics anticipated this. They taught that true strength lies not in ease, but in enduring and continuing when the way forward is hard. Committing to daily practice builds a strong foundation to support you even in the most trying circumstances. Moreover, forming habits is about repeating actions and creating an environment supporting growth. The Stoics were mindful of their surroundings and the influences they allowed into their lives. Seneca, for instance, warned against spending too much time in environments that distract or corrupt one's character. In modern terms, this might mean limiting exposure to negativity from media or relationships that do not align with your aspirations. Just as an athlete optimizes their training environment, you must cultivate conditions that reinforce your desired habits, making it easier to stay consistent even when motivation wanes. It's also crucial to understand that Stoic consistency is not about perfection. The goal is progress, not flawless adherence. There will be days when you falter, old habits resurface, or external pressures derail your efforts. The Stoics remind us that these moments are not failures but opportunities for reflection. When you slip, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve tomorrow? By embracing this mindset, you transform setbacks into stepping stones, ensuring that your journey continues forward, however uneven the path may be. To integrate Stoic consistency into your life, choose one habit aligned with a virtue you wish to cultivate. Start small. Consistency is built through manageable steps, not grand gestures. Whether practicing gratitude each morning, engaging in reflective journaling each evening, or catching and reframing negative self-talk throughout the day, commit to doing it daily. Over time, these small efforts will accumulate, creating lasting changes in your character and outlook. The Stoic discipline of consistency teaches us that the path to becoming our best selves is forged through the steady rhythm of daily practice. It is not in rare moments of brilliance that we find true mastery, but in the quiet, persistent effort of living in alignment with our highest values. By embracing this discipline, we not only build habits that serve us, we shape a life of purpose, resilience, and unwavering strength. 7. Empowering questions and future self-talk, shaping the mind toward virtue. The Stoics recognize that our thoughts' quality shapes our lives' quality. Yet, many of us allow our minds to be dominated by passive, self-defeating questions. Why does this always happen to me? Or what if I fail? Such questions, left unchecked, reinforce feelings of helplessness and fear. In contrast, the Stoic approach involves asking empowering questions, those that lead us to action, growth, and clarity. These questions reframe challenges as opportunities, guiding the mind toward solutions rather than problems. Empowering questions do not deny the existence of hardship, they help us engage with it constructively. Imagine facing a setback at work. A passive question might be, why is everything going wrong? A question that offers no path forward and frustrates you. Instead, a Stoic might ask, what can I learn from this situation? Or how can I turn this into an opportunity to grow stronger? Such questions prompt reflection, encouraging thoughtful action and cultivating resilience. Whenever you choose an empowering question, you train your mind to remain composed and solution-oriented, even under challenging circumstances. Future self-talk complements this practice by bridging the gap between who we are and who we aspire to become. It is a mental rehearsal where you speak to yourself as though you already embody the virtues you seek. For example, if you struggle with impatience, you might tell yourself, I am someone who remains calm and patient in all situations. This isn't about self-deception. It's about setting an internal standard for your behavior. You gradually align your actions with that ideal by repeatedly affirming the identity you wish to cultivate. The Stoics often employed a similar technique known as acting as if. They believed they would eventually embody it by consistently acting as if they already possessed a virtue, patience, courage, or wisdom. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to live by the virtues he admired. Future self-talk serves a similar purpose. It allows you to mentally step into the role of your future, more evolved self. Over time, this practice conditions your mind to adopt the virtues you aspire to, making them a natural part of your character. This method is powerful because it shifts your focus from present limitations to future possibilities. Instead of being defined by your current struggles, you are guided by the vision of who you are becoming. This future-oriented mindset fosters both hope and motivation. Even when you fall short, future self-talk reminds you that growth is a process, not an event, that every small effort moves you closer to becoming the person you strive to be. To incorporate empowering questions and future self-talk into your daily life, identify moments when you feel stuck or overwhelmed. Pause and consciously replace passive, negative questions with ones that guide you toward constructive thinking. Pair this with future self-talk by affirming the virtues you wish to embody. For example, during moments of doubt, remind yourself, "I am someone who faces challenges with courage and composure." Over time, these practices will reshape your thought patterns, fostering a mindset of strength, clarity, and purposeful action. In essence, the Stoic practice of asking empowering questions and engaging in future self-talk is about taking control of your mental narrative. It is a deliberate effort to steer your mind toward virtue, resilience, and growth. By choosing questions that inspire action and affirming the identity you wish to cultivate, you turn each moment into an opportunity for self-mastery. In doing so, you not only improve your ability to navigate life's challenges, you transform your entire way of being, step by step, into the best version of yourself. Conclusion. The Stoic path is not a destination but an ongoing journey of self-reflection, deliberate practice, and steady progress. It's about navigating life's chaos calmly, turning obstacles into opportunities, and becoming the master of your inner world. Each thought you choose, every empowering question you ask, and every word you speak to yourself is a small but significant step toward building a life rooted in wisdom, resilience, and purpose. As you move forward, remember that growth doesn't happen in a single moment of inspiration, but through the quiet, consistent effort of living aligning with your values. Some days will be easier than others, and there will be moments when old habits resurface or challenges seem overwhelming. In those moments, pause. Remind yourself of the Stoic principles you've learned, and remember that each struggle is another chance to practice the virtues of courage, patience, and clarity. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. This journey toward inner mastery is deeply personal, but it's also one we can walk together. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Together, we can learn to face life's trials with strength, see setbacks as stepping stones, and cultivate a mindset that allows us to thrive, no matter what life throws our way. If you found today's discussion insightful and want to continue exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Here, we delve into the ancient teachings of the Stoics and show how they can be applied to modern life, helping you become the calm, composed, and resilient person you were meant to be. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others seeking growth, and join us in this community of thoughtful minds committed to living with intention and integrity. Thank you for being part of this journey. Every day is a new opportunity to practice, learn, and grow. Until next time, stay strong, stay thoughtful, and keep walking the Stoic path.